Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mooloolaba Music. Yet again, my name is Chris, I'm the guitar tech here, and after a short hiatus, back at the helm reviewing some of the most brightest and popular guitars that are coming across our desk here at Mooloolaba Music based on the Sunshine Coast. And today, we have got the guitar that pays homage to all the classics, all while bringing the finesse of the new school guitar making world. This is the PRS Paul Reed Smith. That's right, this is the Silversky, the John Mayer USA edition. It's in the frost color, and this guitar is doing a whole lot. It's really doing the rounds right now. Obviously, you've got the SE. The PRS has released the SE, which is the slightly more affordable entry levels for some of the musicians who are looking for that traditional single coil sort of guitar build, but with a more affordability, and it's competitive in the Australian price market. But this one here, this is the American, so this is the cream of the crop. This is what they're bringing to the table, and this guitar was made over 2 years with John Mayer and legendary guitar designer Paul Reed Smith. They sat down together and they wanted to bring all the things that John loved about guitar into the forefront, but still have the new school aspects and attributes that really would make you want to pick it up. It's got to fit in with everything, but it's also got to stand out at the same time. And they've really done that with this. Obviously, you've got great brands, Fender, Ibanez, everybody. They've got obviously Fender's got their Stratocaster. This is the PRS version of that. It's not a Stratocaster, it's not a Strat, it is a Silversky, and they've really carved out their own spot for it. So I like it. Beautiful Alder body here with that lovely frost finish. You've got the neck here. It is a maple fingerboard, but just behind me you can see that we have a lovely rosewood too. So if you're it doesn't matter what sort of neck you prefer, and each one has its pros and cons. I personally love a maple. Maple neck feels great to me. I like a coated maple neck too, one that's got a bit of shine to it, a bit of gloss, but this is a nice satin finish on the back here, so that feels really, really timber-esque to the touch. And then you've got rosewood, a slightly different sort of sound, slightly different sort of longevity to the notes that you play and sustain, and also really that traditional timber sort of feeling underneath your hands. So it is the player's choice. You've got the John Mayer or the JM 635 pickups in this guitar. So you've got a 635 in the neck, in the middle, and the bridge. And these are really great, high quality single coil pickups that, as I said, pay homage to the old school, but really they lend themselves everywhere. If you are a country or a blues or a soul or an R&B player, this guitar, you really don't need to go much further than this. This is everything you're looking for. And it does sit within that classic sort of single coil guitar outlay. You know, you've got your 5-way pickup selector here where you can just jump between the neck pickup, the neck and the middle pickup, the middle pickup, the middle and the bridge pickup, and then finally the bridge pickup. So you've got that 5-way switch. You've got a master volume. You've got a tone for the first 2 pickups and then a tone for the last one. And over here, you've got something that you don't always see on some of those other single coil guitars, and that is the PRS locking tuners. I really love a locking tuner for tuning stability and just making sure that your notes stay in tune. If you're a touring guitarist, if you know, you know. Locking tuners can save you and get you out of a bind. So love that. And then you've got the classic sort of nickel design on the back there. So you've got that old school, and then as we flip over, you got that new school. I love how they've got the classic PRS headstock design here, but they've kind of inverted it and flipped it. And why they've done that is because it creates really great break angle over this nut here, this bone nut. And that's what you want. You want to make sure that these strings, if this neck wasn't recessed as much, the strings would float a little less. They'd pull a little less down on that nut, and the notes wouldn't ring true as they do. So I definitely love the way they've angled that neck. You got a 2-way truss rod in here. Beautiful, beautiful sort of bubbling input here too, which makes pulling the jack in and out of this guitar an absolute breeze. Nice little 2-way trem system. And then if I flip it over, you've got the Silversky backplate here. Paul Reed Smith, John Mayer, you know the drill. They're just gorgeous. Lovely maple back of the neck here. And then 4 springs and no cover plate here on this one, which I think is a really nice choice. It actually really looks quite sleek, and it's nice to play. I like the 4 springs too. A lot of the time when you look at it at Fender, or you're looking at some of these other brands, they might have 2 springs or 3 springs. They typically, in a Stratocaster, would have a 3-spring setup, but they've gone for 4 here, which is obviously John's request. And the reason why they've done that is so you get a really nice flat, trem system on the body, and then it's quite responsive. You got to give it a little to get a little, but it's a responsive trem system. So that is the PRS Silversky USA John Mayer edition. This is the Frost. It comes in multiple other colors, and obviously you've got that ability to change the neck to whatever sort of timbre you like. But let's have a quick siphon through. Let's hear if you like the sound of the pickups. Once again, the 635 JM style pickups. And I just love to hear how they handle the classic. Do they sound like what the old school single coil guitars sound like? Are they noisy? Are they not? Let's have a quick listen. All of this is going to be on a clean sound. So we've just listened to the neck pickup. So I'm going to go over here to the neck and the middle pickup. That's going to give us a little bit more twang, a little bit more funk, and it suits a lot of the soul sort of music a lot more. So let's have a quick listen to this. That's pretty much bang on for what I would expect from this next pickup position, to have that neck in that middle. If you're funking along with a band, that's the pickup position. That's the, I don't know if you've seen Corey Wong, but Corey Wong, that's when he built his Fender branded guitar, he had a panic button instilled. So no matter where you were in the guitar, if you hit the panic button, it would automatically switch the wiring to this specific position. So you can always stay funky wherever you are. So that's definitely a classic in the single coil range. We're going to have a listen to the middle pickup now, and just hear how that, as we progress through these pickups, obviously they get a little brighter. So let's have a listen to this one and see how it sounds. Middle pickup is middle pickupping just as you expect it would. So once again, I'm hearing all the similarities here, and I'm hearing not much of the buzz and the noise that the single coils are known for. So you're getting that classic sound that you would out of the single coils that we know and love, but not as much of that buzz ringing through. So quite a clean sound coming through. We're going to go jump down here to the middle and the bridge pickup and have a quick listen to that one. Great sounding pickups, really great sounding pickups, definitely loving the sound of that. And now we just finally flick down to that bridge pickup, that twangy master. there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the PRS Silversky, the USA made edition. This is just gorgeous. I love the way it feels great to the touch, set up great out of the box, sounds awesome with these great 635JM pickups, and the maple is a lovely addition, but you might be a rosewood man or woman, and that option is right behind me there too. So let us know what you think in the comments below. Do you like the PRS Silversky? Do you like what they're doing? They're kind of paying homage, they're kind of paving the way for new school guitars, and there is a place for them in the market, and they are hitting the market. So let us know what you think below, and we will write back to you. But until next time, my name's Chris, and I'll see you then.